Good morning, students. Today I want to explain how to draw the graph of a quadratic polynomial. Previously we have done what are the cases, what are the properties of a quadratic polynomial's graph. Today we will do the graph. We will draw the graph of a quadratic polynomial, and this is a very important question. It will comes in final examination. Once you go through with an example, graph of x square minus 2x minus 8. For this, I will take y equal to x square minus 2x minus 8, and a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant. So a equals to 1, b equal to minus 2, and c equal to 8. Now I got d is equal to b square minus 4ac, that is nothing but b minus 2 whole square becomes 4, minus 4 into a 1 and c minus 8 results 36, positive. So if you get a positive b square minus 4ac, the graph will intersect at 2 points. We'll see that values of different. This is the one thing you have to remember. Preparing table for graph is very important. If you once observe this, I will take the values of x minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, and 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I will suggest the students as write all the values of x in one color, either black or blue, and finally all the values of y in one color, blue or black. Whatever the color you have used for x, for that color only you can use for y. Remaining you can do in different colors, because almost all so many students are doing the mistake as they will take the x value of this and y value of this. So that's why to avoid that mistake we have to go with different color pens. That means different colors in this blue and black only. So I will take the different values of x here, and I will find the value of y. What is y? X square minus 2x minus 8. So for that I will split like x square minus 2x minus 8. Now I will take that minus 4. Minus 4 square is 16, and minus 2 into minus 4 is 8, and minus 8 is constant. Adding all these three, 16 plus 8 is 24, 24 minus 8 is 16. If I keep these two in same color, minus 4 and 16, I can write that one as an ordered pair minus 4 comma 16. Similarly, I have to substitute all the things like this: minus 3, minus 2, minus 1 for 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost all, if you take 5 on right hand side and 4 on left hand side, that is enough to draw the graphs whichever they have given. Now I got all the points like this. You have to remember, take care of substituting the values, different values, and then you will get the ordered pairs. You have to write ordered pairs like this in this column, and then you have to go for the graph. In graph, first thing is you have to draw the x-axis and y-axis, and the unit scale is very important. As we know that value of x are 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can take the values of on x-axis, you can take either 2 units or 1 unit, that is depending upon your graph paper. Here I have taken 1 unit as 2 units here, and on y-axis I have taken 1 unit as 5, because I have for y values I have 0 to up to 16 I have to take. So I have taken the scale as 5 units. Remember that from on x-axis 0 to 2 I will have 10 lines. Each line will get 0.2. That's very simple. If there are 10 lines, if you have divided into 2 units, because 0 to 2 means how many things you have? 2 things. How many people are there? 10. So each will get 2 by 10. 2 by 10 means each one is 0.2. So 0 after first line is 0.2, second line is 0.4, third line is 0.6, fourth line is 0.8, fifth line is 1. And then after you have to add 0.2. And similarly on y-axis, if you take 5 units, so how many between there? 10 lines will be there in between 0 and 5. So each line becomes 0.5, 5 by 10. Remember, whenever you take the scale, the units of x-axis you have to divide with the 10. That gives us the each line value. So 0 after first line will be 0.5 here, next line will be 1, next 1.5, 2, 2.5, fifth line will be 2.5. Similarly 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, finally you will get 5. So the basic knowledge you have to remember is the scale. After taking the scale, you have to plot all the things, all the points, whatever you got in this. So I will plot the things. Minus 4, 16, and then minus 3, 7, then minus 2 comma 0. Minus 2 comma 0 means x is minus 2, y is 0, point on x-axis, and then minus 1 minus 5, and then 0 minus 8, then 1 minus 9, then 2 minus 8, 3 minus 5, 4 comma 0 on x-axis, and 5 comma 7. So the polynomial is y equal to x square minus 2x minus 8. You have to write the equation on the polynomial. You have to write the equation of the polynomial here, and you have to write the points also, plotting the points also on the graph itself. Then once you observe the graph meets x-axis at minus 2 comma 0 and 4 comma 0. It meets at 2 points, minus 2 comma 0, 4 comma 0. As we discussed previously, properties of graph, the x coordinates of these points are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 2x minus 8. So what are the x coordinates? Minus 2 and 4. So zeros of the given polynomial are minus 2 comma 4. If you write detail like this, you will get full marks for your examination, in your examination. If you observe one more point here, parabola meet x-axis at two different points, so it has two distinct real roots. This is the first case what we have studied previously, and this is the another innovation in this. P is a line passing through minus b by 2a minus d by 4a. What is that? Vertex of parabola. So how can you calculate that? Already b we know that minus 2. So minus of minus 2 by 2 into 1, 2, and minus capital D by 4a becomes 1 minus 9. Once you see that 1 minus 9 will be the vertex of this. I already explained what is a vertex. So vertex, if you draw a line through vertex, it is symmetric about this parabola is symmetric about this axis. Symmetric means any 2 points on the parabola are equidistant from this line. That's why this is called axis of parabola, and that point is known as vertex of parabola. So this is the first case while polynomial have two different roots. Case, if the polynomial has only one root, that we will give an example. Graph of x square minus 6x plus 9. In this, we'll take y equal to x square minus 6x plus 9. Similarly, a is coefficient of x square 1, b is coefficient of x minus 6, c is constant 9. We'll calculate the b square minus 4ac. If you get 0, you will get only one root. That you have to remember. Now, the same we have to take the values minus 4 to 0, 1 to 5. Minus 4 whole square 16, minus 6 into minus 4 minus plus 24, and 9. You have to add all these three to get the value of 5, and you have to write the ordered pair. You have to simplify all the points like this, and then we will move on to graph. While doing the graph, similarly first x-axis and y-axis. Here I have taken on x-axis as usual 2 units, but on y-axis I have taken 10 because I have 49 and more than that. So that's why I have to take the scale according to our points. So first I will substitute. I will plot minus 4 and 49 below the 50, and minus 336, minus 2 25, minus 1 16, 0 and 9, 1 comma 4, 2 comma 1, 3 comma 0, 4 comma 1, and 5 comma 4. Once you observe here 0 comma 9 means x is 0, y is 9. It is on y axis. 3 comma 0 means x is 3, y is 0. That's why it is on x axis. So if you observe here, if you observe the graph, we'll get why that graph touches the x axis at only one point, that is 3 comma 0. Hence the x coordinate of this point generally 0 of the polynomial. So what are the zeros here? 3 comma 3, only equal roots, since it touches at only one point. So it has two equal roots. So similarly, if I go with the line which is passes through the vertex. So here vertex becomes, remember carefully, in equal roots itself, the point which intersects the x-axis will be the vertex of the parabola. So 3 comma 0 with the vertex of the parabola. If you draw a line through that vertex, that is nothing but axis of that parabola. And those last two lines are not needed for the examination. It is for understanding the concept. That's why I have given that. We'll move on to the final thing, that is case 3, where polynomial doesn't have any real roots. For this I will take an example 2x square minus 4x plus 5. Here the same a2, b minus 4 and c5. I got d, b square minus 4ac is minus 24. So basing on the d, you can say if the d is positive it will intersect at 2 points, d is negative it won't intersect, d equals 0 it will intersect at only 1 point. So again the same, minus 4 to 5 I can go with 2x square. Here we will confuse so many. 2x square generally they will write 4 square 16. No, we have to multiply with 2 also. So 32 minus 4 into minus 4 becomes 16 and 5. If you add all those 3, you will get the value of 5. And we will plot the point. We will write the ordered pair. Similarly, I can do for all the values. Remember, you can go with 4 left hand side and 5 right hand side so that you can get the graph. So if I observe the graph, I will take x-axis and y-axis. Here on x-axis I have taken 2 and y-axis I have taken 10 units. Now first point is minus 4 comma 53 and second one minus 3 comma 35. Next minus 2 comma 21, minus 1 comma 11 and 0 comma 5, 1 comma 3, next 2 comma 5, 3 comma 11, 4 comma 21, 5 comma 35. Observe this graph, this parabola doesn't touch the x-axis anywhere. So hence it doesn't have any real roots. I can say that this polynomial doesn't have any real zeros. So but axis of parabola will be, since it is a parabola, definitely there will be axis and there will be vertex. Here if you observe that, you can see and you can say directly 1 comma 3 will be the vertex of the parabola. So parabola, you will have the vertex, and what is the meaning of vertex? If you draw a line, axis of parabola through that point gives us the axis of parabola gives the equidistant between any 2 points on the parabola. Then we can say that that line, this parabola is symmetric about that line. So generally for this you need not to mention this, just for the concept I have explained. It is enough to write up to, hence the polynomial doesn't have any real zeros. This is the end of the problem, and these two are additional things you can learn. So that line which passes through the vertex is the axis of parabola. These are the three types of quadratic polynomial graphs. We can get full marks in this, and I will explain you remaining problems in polynomials in next video. Thank you. Good luck.